Hello and welcome to lesson number 1 in a series of lessons on chord tones. Today I'm going to show you how to build a major chord and give you different ways to practice this, which should at the end of the day give you so many different ways of playing that one chord over your whole fretboard and really open up the fretboard for you. So I'm going to start by showing you the C major scale because we're going to build the C major chord. So the C major scale has no sharps, no flats, and we'll look at it from the 8th fret on your E string. So we will go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So you have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So it's like the musical alphabet goes A to G, so you just start from C and you make your way around. So to build the chord from there, what you do is you take the first note, C, you skip the second and go to the third, which is E, skip the fourth, go to the fifth, which is G. So that builds the C major triad, and that's C, E, and G. Sounds like that if you were to play it as a chord, so C major. So the most common way that everyone seems to learn that shape is exactly that. And we'll just play the C just to round off an arpeggio. So I want to show you that shape there from the first finger, the second finger, and the pinky. And then I want to show you it on each individual string, and then from your lowest note to your highest note. So let's start with the basic shape that I've just shown you. We'll start on the second finger, and then we play the 7th fret of the A string, which is E, 10th fret, which is G, and then the 10th fret of the D string, which is C. Okay, so there is an accompanying PDF, so you can refer to that, and obviously you can pause and play and rewind and check out those shapes in a bit more detail. But here is the next one, starting from the first finger. So the first finger, we start on the C, which is the 8th fret of the E string. Then we change the E that we play, and we play the E on the 12th fret of the E string. And then G on the 10th fret. And then C again on the 10th fret. So the only change finger wise, fret and hand wise, is that E. So C, E, G, C. And then finally doing the exact same thing from the pinky. So this time we have a slightly different way of playing this. We'll play the C the same place, the E the same place we played it on the first exercise, so the 7th fret of the A string. And then for the G, rather than playing this one, we're going to play this one. So we're going to play the 5th fret on the D string. As you'll have noticed there, the C has also changed, and we're playing C on the 5th fret of the G string. So already there's 3 different ways to practice your C major triad, and I really recommend doing that quite often, just to really get it memorised in your head, the 3 different shapes, and that will give you freedom across the whole of the fretboard. Practice it from different Cs along the neck as well. So just a recap there, from the first finger, it was C, 8th fret, 12th fret E string, 10th fret A string, 10th fret D string. And then from the second finger, the E changed, it became the 7th fret on the A string. The other 2's remained the same. And then from the pinky, we added these 2 new notes as well. Okay, perfect. So practice those quite a lot and then move on to this next exercise. And this is looking at the major triad, which you've just learned, the C, E and G, which makes up the C major chord. But we're going to do it from each individual string, starting on the lowest possible note available to us. So on our E string, we have E. So the sequence of notes that was C, E and G now becomes E, G, C. And we'll just play the E to round up our arpeggio, to make it a 4-note exercise. E, G, C, E. E, G, the 3rd fret of the E string, 8th fret of the E string, which is C, and the 12th fret, which is E. And then moving on to the A string, our lowest note possible to us is actually C. So we'll just be playing this in the root position, which is C, E, G, C. So C, 3rd fret, E, the 7th fret, G, the 10th fret, and C, the 15th fret. And then moving on to the D string, we'll begin this one on our lowest possible note as well, which is E. So this is exactly the same pattern as on the E string. It's E, G, C, E. So it's E, G, C, E. So it's 2nd fret, 5th fret, 10th fret, 14th fret. The accompanying PDF will have the recommended fingering for the left hand. I think that's important because it allows you to shift very easily. Then moving on to our G string, we have G, which is our lowest possible note available to us. So it's G, C, E, G. So it's open G, 5th fret, 9th fret, 12th fret. So just to give you a better understanding of what we're doing there is we're inverting the chord. So if you take the C major chord and the bass has a note such as E or G on the go as well, what that does is that inverts the chord, so the E becomes the lowest possible note of the chord, and that would be the first inversion. The second inversion would be if G became the lowest note of the chord, so that would sound a bit like this. Okay, so you can also practice them across the neck just so you can hear that a little bit more by doing your C. Do this one, bit easier this way. E, G, C, and then G, C, E. Just so you can hear the overall sound that creates. Okay, so moving on to the next exercise, what we'll do there is we will take it from our lowest possible note on our bass up to our highest possible note on our bass. So on this bass, my highest note will be the C. So we'll have E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, C. Then back down. E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, C. So that takes it from our lowest possible note to our highest possible note, and as you can see, that gives us quite a lot of freedom over the fretboard. So practice that. Next week I'll show you the minor chord, how to build the minor chord and how to practice minor triads across the fretboard, and in the same kind of idea as we've just done. And then please subscribe, please like the video if you enjoyed it.